Hey everyone, it is PJ Ferguson, author of The Shortcut to Happiness, and I want to welcome you to week 10 of the 52-week Happiness Challenge. Now we're focusing on gratitude. Last week we focused on gratitude and we did a fun little experiment, and I wanted to start this video by following up on last week's fun little activity. So the activity was to imagine something that you take for granted, and now imagine yourself not having that. And what would it be like? And by imagining not having that, that can create some gratitude. That's a really fun, easy way to create some gratitude. So I was going to start this video by saying that the thing, just by an example, I was going to say I'm really grateful for deodorant because, if everybody was walking around with BO, that would be kind of nasty. But something happened today at the gym. This guy walked up to me and he was asking for a spot. And it was an older gentleman. He was probably close to 70. And, our interaction was really short, but in just a matter of a minute, he was talking about his shoulder and how he had injured it. And now he could barely even lift it. And he was trying to rehabilitate it. And he had just mentioned really quickly, is like, you don't think about some of those things that you take for granted, and just the ability to use your arm. That's kind of a big deal because now he has to make some major life adjustments. And I shared my experience of tearing a muscle in my shoulder. I couldn't put on or take off a shirt for an entire year, and it was really tough living with that pain, but also not being able to do some of the normal things that you can do in life. And so I wanted to share this little story with you because in just, again, a matter of 60 seconds, he had shared how his life had changed, not being able to use his arm, and how he had been a medic in the war, the Vietnam War, and all the guys that he had seen who had lost limbs, arms, legs. Some of them lost their minds because dealing with war is a difficult thing. And this is kind of a serious way to spin last week's fun activity, but it does make you think, what are some of those things that we really take for granted that we should be so grateful for? And I also wanted to share, the last few weeks, life has thrown some curveballs my way, some real challenges. And at first I was having a real difficult time dealing with them, but by exercising gratitude in the last week, it really helped me be grateful for what I have, and just that gratitude turned around this negative energy that was kind of building, this frustration that I was starting to experience by these challenges that life has been throwing at me. So I just want to share that with you as far as the power of gratitude. And so we're going to focus on gratitude again this week. I just want you to understand the power that gratitude has in your life. And the point of gratitude is that it's one of the 5 keys to supreme freedom. And the point of having personal freedom is having the power to change frustration into flow. Now, frustration is where we experience that difficulty, the unhappiness. Flow is a very important way of describing happiness. Also, survival versus thrival, thriving in life. That's where we find that greater happiness in life. And gratitude is one of those powers that we can exercise to go from just surviving in life to thriving and to experiencing life to a greater level and having happiness and peace. And so I want you to practice gratitude again this week. And I'm going to give you another challenge for this week in how to exercise your gratitude. And the challenge for this week is to find something in your life that you're not happy with, something that you don't like, something you're unsatisfied or maybe frustrated about, and find something to be grateful for that specific thing, whether it's a person or an experience or a challenge, maybe an emotion. Send all of your gratitude to that thing and maybe make a list of things that you can be grateful for. So if you have a challenge in life, you can be grateful that it's helping you to grow, or that it's maybe as you sand a piece of wood, it becomes smoother. And that's how we have to do certain times in our lives. We have to maybe sand the rough edges of our emotions or our perceptions or the way we behave towards ourselves or towards other people. And we can be grateful for the friction that life gives sometimes because that refines us and it helps become a better person, or at least gives us the opportunity to become a better person. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for exercising your gratitude. Give it all you've got this week. You just have as much gratitude as you can and share with the group. I'd love to hear your comments and experiences. And we'll see you again next week.